I'm gonna love you.
If the Champion's Ballad is indeed the last new content we see for Breath of the Wild, it doesn't feel like much of a send-off. This web of new overworld trials and shrines is strung together by some fairly throwaway backstory, and its rewards are minimal. And yet, as it came to a close, it was what I'd played, not the story I'd been told, that shone through. I'd just been given 8 more stellar hours of one of the best games ever made. This isn't a goodbye from Hyrule, it's a nudge to return there. While it's teed up as story-focused DLC, the Champion's Ballad feels much more akin to the first DLC pack, the Master Trials, in structure. It's definitively endgame material, focused on challenging players who think they've mastered Breath of the Wild's beautifully tessellated systems. That quest starts out by taking you back to where it all began, the Great Plateau, aka the most beautiful tutorial yet conceived, and transforming it into a much more dangerous territory. Handing you a new weapon, the one-hit obliterator. The quest suddenly becomes a neat survival challenge. You kill everything in one hit, but everything kills you in one hit, too. And I mean everything. I spent 5 minutes running away from bees at one point. Once you've cautiously dispatched new nests of monsters, you're given 4 sets of new quests, each loosely themed around one of the 4 champion characters. This is the best of what the Champion's Ballad has to offer. A mixture of new boss monsters to fight, inventive time trials, brush up on your shield surfing, and some gratifying treasure hunts, all relying on your intimate knowledge of the world's map to even find them in the first place. The only real downside here is how each champion's questline is topped off with repeated boss fights from the main game, only made minutely more challenging than they were in the first instance. Every single quest objective rewards you with a new shrine to complete, offering over a dozen more of bots. Gratifyingly frustrating. How did I not think of that in the first place? One-shot puzzles. Add on a slightly unexpected final quest that I won't spoil, and there's around 6 to 8 hours of new material in the main story quest alone. Sadly, only around 20 minutes of that, made up almost entirely of flashback cutscenes invoked by nomadic accordion muscly bird, Cass, amounts to actual, story. It makes for an odd feeling, because the hope was that this DLC might round out the story in some way, or offer a further glimpse at what's next for this Hyrule. And yet vanquishing Ganon still sends you back to your last save. Zelda remains a voice in your head, Link will always remain on his hero's quest. There's none of the resolution I'd hoped to see. I'm not necessarily sure Nintendo wants to make a true ending beyond the teasing, open-ended one it already gave us, a point possibly proven by its final gift.